What is up, guys? This is Hank Saber giving you guys a Kozmo deck profile here in the month of August 2015. Let's jump right into this one. Before we do, just like to give a huge shout out to Joe Grizz for putting this up on his Team Avalanche channel. And of course, if you haven't done so, click the subscribe button on his channel as well as my channel, Saber Selections, to become a Saber Selection yourself. So anyway, what's cool about this deck? Well, obviously it's being called Kozmo for viewership, but also has a Shaddoll engine called Kozmo Dolls, called Kozmo, call it Kozmo Shaddoll, whatever you guys fancy, it really doesn't matter. But what this deck can do is OTK really consistently. So if you guys like something that's kind of flexible, kind of really consistent, I would definitely pick this deck up for what it's worth. And if you guys want something like kind of a cool fact, there's a cool little TV show starting up in about a year. It will be released on the television. Maybe, maybe not. But can't say so much about it. But it's called Star Wars, and I actually was on the show, and I played this here deck. So, yeah, let's get into the deck profile right off the bat. So, I picked the cards up on sneak peeks. I've had a lot of testing, and this is what I have found to be most successful. Well, if the Guardian of the Galaxy, most appropriate Guardian of the Galaxy mat, of course, kind of matching the theme. So, anyway, starting off, we got three copies of Kozmo Farm Girl. So, Kozmo Farm Girl, she is your advantage gainer. She creates your OTKs, and she's really hard to play around. I mean, whenever your opponent tries to touch this, you basically can bounce out of it. It's really cool just to like try to attack and bait out Phoenix Chains. So yeah, that's really quite nice. And there's not too much else to say about this card other than the fact that she gets your advantage like crazy. So 3 copies of the Farm Girl. Put it over to the side over here, looking pretty. And then we're gonna play 3 copies of the Good Witch. So the Good Witch is pretty important. Again, helps create your OTKs. A lot of the time you'll have your standard Farm Girl, Good Witch, Slip Rider / Forerunner play, where the Slip Rider play will deal about 5,600 and the Forerunner play usually deals around 6,100 on one turn. Of course, with an Shaddoll fusion, that would just be game. So, having your Good Witch flip over your opponent's monsters, any kind of effect negation kind of stuff, is really quite nice. So we do play the Good Witch. Something to be aware about in the meta right now. Arrow Mages have not really seen a lot of play, but if they ever do, this card's really good for flipping over Cactus Bouncers, so that's really quite nice. So we're going to play the 3 Good Witch. And then to move on to the rest of the list, as I kind of put it over to the side here, I'm going to play 2 copies rather of Slip Rider. So 2 Slip Rider for my build is standard because I'm playing Shaddolls. If you guys are playing old fancy Kozmo original stuff, I would play 3 just because you have more names. But again, the monster count in this list is 23. So 23, I don't want to have to play 3 copies of each of the big machine guys. So if you're gonna play a build that plays maybe what's the card called, the double attack one, limit removal, I maybe play 3, but again 2 is nice. So we play the 2 Slip Rider in this variant. So there's that, and then I play the 2 Forerunner. So Forerunner is again a very hard monster to get over. 2,800 attack, and plus it can be targeted. You gain 1,000 life points on your on your standby phase rather, and Mr. Destroy, you can banish it to special level 6 or lower Kozmo monsters. So that includes all of these nice guys. One thing I learned about this deck, I lost a lot of matches just by drawing so many of this, and you have your Kozmo Town to mulligan this, which is the theory of why playing 3, because you have your Kozmo Town to keep on ditching and drawing. But you can draw these guys right back, and so it's a very poor theory to come into an event and say, well, I'm playing 3, I'm also playing Kozmo Town to draw it back. I don't want to have any kind of chance of drawing these guys back off Kozmo Town. I want to just get rid of these guys and draw something new. So I'm only playing 2 in this variant, so just be aware of that. Yeah, so that's it for the Kozmo names. So we are only playing the 10 Kozmo names in the main deck. So yeah, I would say it's a pretty good number. I did a lot of testing, and I find this is the best number. So yeah. Getting into the Shaddoll names, we are playing a minimal Shaddoll list. We are playing 2 copies of Beast, 2 copies of Dragon, and 1 copy of Falco, and I just added 1 copy of Hedgehog. So basically the reasoning for this is that I play the 2 Beast, obviously to help draw into your Kozmo names and shuffle back off Kozmo Town, Dragon to pop your Kozmo Town, and of course Falco, what is really good for the first construct that you make, always send Falco, unless you can OTK and just get rid of their back row with Dragon, but always send Falco because you can obviously just recur your Shaddoll names back off Falco and bring back a construct. I don't have to teach you how to play Shaddolls, but just so you know, 1 Falco very necessary in the main deck, and 1 Hedgehog just for if you can't find your fusions, you get them anyway. So 3 copies of Hedgehog, great searcher. I would just play 6 names of the Shaddolls. So 6 names, or I should say 4 names, 6 cards. So yeah. Then for the rest of the monsters, we play 2 copies of Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. I don't think 3 is necessary. I think it's a very good card, being a tuner and a just destroy random things. That's kind of nice. So I do play the 2 copy of Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. I do play the 2 copies of Honest. And then I do play 2 copies of Juragetto. I think these cards are all necessary at this lineup. I think you want to play a lot of hand traps just to get your farm girls over big things and just to clear their boards. Honest is obviously really good for getting over towers, which is quite nice. And Juragetto is just there for just finishing off your OTK. So we play that. And then we play the 1 copy of Blackluster Soldier and for the beginning. So I like Blackluster Soldier. I think it's a very good card. I like the fact that you can play Chaos in this list with Shaddolls. Is moving the Chaos engine so nice. So I think BLS is a nice card to level 8. I do play Felgren in the extra deck, but I just like the card. Just BLS is BLS. So there's that. And then we play the 3 copies of Kozmo Town. So Kozmo Town, a great mulligan card to get rid of your dead draws and redraw. And again, also if you have, after you use your farm girls, you can also add it back to hand by paying 300 or whatever monster you do. You pay the level times 100 and you get it to your hand. Quite nice from the banish zone, quite nice. And then when it's destroyed, you get an add. You could just add another Kozmo Town if you please, but whatever you fancy. So again, we play Dragon, we play Slip Rider, we play a lot of ways to destroy this. Play 3 copies of Emergency Teleport. Again, you want to get out your farm girls and your Ghost Ogres as quickly as possible. And then for the Shaddoll Fusion list, I do play 1 copy of Shaddoll Fusion and 3 copies of El Shaddoll Fusion. So I do slide another Shaddoll Fusion to make your Tellarknight and Shaddoll matchups a little bit better, but I do quite like the 3 El Shaddoll Fusion just to finish off your OTKs. So there you go with that. And then of course we play 3 copies of Upstart Goblin, 1 Raigeki, and 1 Dark Hole to clear fields. And then the last two cards I play are both trap cards. I do play 2 copies of Malevolent Catastrophe. So I don't play MST. Actually, not even in the side deck. So something to be aware about there. I quite like Malevolent Catastrophe a whole lot better because I feel like what this deck needs is not just like a poke here, poke there with MST or 2. I think it needs like a lot of mass removal on Spell Trap Zone. I think it was something that worked nice was when I played it with Necros. Worked pretty well on the competitive stage, and I think this will work pretty much the same. So I do play 2 copies of Malevolent Catastrophe. Then for the extra deck's not perfect, but I will show you what I play. I play 3 copies of Construct. Standard, obviously, you're going to be going to this Construct a lot, so we play 3 Construct. 2 Winda. Winda in this deck is actually really quite nice, just to make your somewhat of an OTK push, and then at the main phase 2, Shaddoll Fusion to Winda, lock your opponent down so they can't do anything. And then I play, that's actually it for the Shaddoll Fusions, and then I play for the Synchros, 1 copy of Goyo Guardian, 1 copy for the level 6. I play for the 7s. I play Ancient Fairy Dragon, of course, popping your own Kozmo Town and searching another. And then you can also special level 4 lowers from your hand, so that's nice. Then I play 1 Black Rose Dragon to pop your field. I play 1 copy of Stardust Dragon. I play, actually that's it for the Synchros. only about 5 synchros there. And then I play for the XZs, I play 1 copy of Exciton Knight. Power Dynamo, really nice for effect negation and just getting over things, dealing damage. Setting things to 0 to get over with your farm girls, quite nice. 1 Castell, 1 Cowboy, 182, and then for the last thing in the extra deck, I do play 1 Felgrand. I play Felgrand because I find myself having a lot of constructs and BLSs and some kind of like level 8 on the field, so I don't play any rank 7s because I only play 2 of the level 7 Forerunner, but I do play the rank 8, so there you go. And then for the side deck is actually kind of interesting here. So for the side deck, one thing I do play is I do play 2 Maxi, kind of standard for the BA matchup. Anything that special summons a lot, Necros, it's okay. So there's that. Play Denko Seka, anything that runs a lot of back row. And then probably the MVP of the side deck, play 2 copies of Chaos Hunter. So Chaos Hunter, really nice for the mirror match. Being able that they special summon their farm girl with emergency teleport, you just plop the Chaos Hunter, and they can't banish. Only your opponent cannot banish cards, so therefore they cannot special again. And it's quite nice in the Necros matchup. Infernoid's great. Anything that banishes really. So it's like your own one-sided Iron Imperial Wall. So that's nice. And then for the spells, I won 3 copies of Shade Ride. Necros matchup. Nice. I play 1 Shaddoll Fusion. This is to make, again, only your BA matchups, your Teller Knight matchup, your Shaddoll matchups a lot better. So, there's that. And then I do play the 3 copies of Stygian Dirge. I actually really like Stygian Dirge as a card right now. I think it's like almost when Vanity Emptiness kind of came onto the scene with Patrick Hoban and Dragon Roller format. I think that the card is really quite nice. This being that Teller Knights just won Worlds, and they're probably going to get hit. But even so, they're being played a lot, especially at the local level right now, and I really like stopping that. On Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, if you play Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, you probably understand there's a lot of Calm Blade and these new level 4 magicians going around, so it's really quite nice to stop that. And Ignites, if you could stop the wrong Omniad play, you pretty much win, so that's nice. And also for Ignites and Cleese, we play 2 copies of Fairy Wind. I played over MST because, again, it's multiple card destruction and it's just better. So there's that. So anyway, guys, that's it for the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like. Go over to my channel, Saber Selections, and click the subscribe button. And I'm out, guys. Peace, guys. Peace. Don't forget to friend me on Facebook, join my group, The Titan Takeover, as well as the Ignoble Lifestyle Facebook group, and subscribe. Thank you, guys. Peace.